Hey, what's going on, y'all? We just got done finished up shooting some spotted gar out on a good night bow fishing. A lot of people either don't know how to cook gar or don't know how to clean them, and they think they're just trash fish, so they'll go out and shoot them and leave them on the banks, but they are missing out. They call gar the poor man's lobster. It has really close consistency to lobster, and if you know what you're doing, it can taste pretty good. So we're gonna show you how to clean them up. You just need a few tools and some time to kill. All right, so here it is. Well guys, we got our gar that we shot last night. Been on ice for about 20 hours. Got them all nice and cool. I'm gonna show you guys how to clean them up. So all you're gonna need to clean these gar is a sharp knife, some gloves if you prefer them. It kind of helps grabbing them with their slime, and some tin snips. Alright, we got our gar here. First thing you're gonna wanna do, take a look at those scales, and you see they run in lines. You want to find the line from the top of the head that runs just behind this first fin. So you're going to follow that line up to the top. Put your knife up underneath that row of scales. Get it in there. Work it down to the belly. And once you get down to the middle, follow that line back up and run it down the other side. And you're going to meet in the middle there. And then from here you can usually twist the head down, twist it sideways, give it a good pull, and then your head will come off. Sometimes the guts come out with it, sometimes they don't. That time not too many came out. Then you're going to do the same thing down here. This meat past these fins isn't very good, so you're going to want to find that line of scales that runs just in front of this fin. Stick your knife down in there, run to the bottom, find your line, same thing on the other side. Put your knife up in there, make a meet, pull up, twist. And there's your head and your tail. Now this is where your tin snips are going to come in. So you're going to run these tin snips just about where that white fades into the rest of the colors of the fish, above these fins for sure. Do the other side. Alright, I should be able to pull this belly skin right off. And these eggs out of gar are poisonous to humans, so you want to make sure that you don't eat those, and that when you're all done, you rinse your meat off real good. One, to get this nasty slime off while you cook it, and two, make sure those eggs are gone. Here you're going to try and get this pinkish membrane off. Lift it up and cut away right at the base of the spine there. Alright, and so now you have your gar on the half shell, and now it still has the ribs and the spine in it. With gar, they're pretty big bones right here, and once you get past those, all the meat up in here is just solid white meat. So you could go ahead and throw this right on the barbecue as it is. Put it in some aluminum foil, put some butter and salt and pepper and maybe some seasoning in there, and cook it just like that. And then when you're done cooking, you can just pull that spine off with those bones. So that's one option. I'm going to show you the other option, which is taking the bones out now. You will lose a little bit of meat doing it this way, but then again, you won't have to deal with the bones after, so I'll go ahead and show you that. You're going to want to start where the head of the fish was, and on each side you're going to want to stick your knife under those ribs and then try and fillet the meat off the ribs from the inside. Once you get it started, it's a little bit easier. You won't waste as much meat, so you can angle your knife up towards those ribs. And this is where it helps having a nice cold fish that's been on ice. When the fish is warm and fresh, this meat is really soft and mushy, and then you start squishing all the fish when you do this. Start up under those ribs, pull up. Okay, as you can see, got them ribs pulled off the side. There may be just a little bit of these bones up here at the top, but once you cook those, they shouldn't be much of a problem. So now, I want to get up towards where the base of the head was, and go in there real sharp until you hit the bottom of the skin. And once you can feel you're hitting the skin, kind of bend your knife, cut across to the other side. And this is where that spine is going to start showing itself. Do the same thing on the other side. Cut on the top side of those ribs to hit the skin. So now you should have connected those two holes on either side. This is where you can kind of get your fingers up under there. Give it a good pull. There comes the top. There's one half. The back might need some help too. Get it out. There you go. There's just a little bit of meat left on those ribs, but most of it is still on this shell. So you can go ahead and clean up any bits of the ribs that were left up towards the head. And you're all set. Gar on the half shell. Rinse this off real good, get any of those little eggs off there, get that nasty slime off. If you're ready to cook, you can go ahead and throw that right back on the grill. You got solid white meat. I'm going to try and get the ants in the ant hills in my yard to clean these gar skulls for me, so I think it'd be cool to have their mouths open, so I'm just going to stick these sticks in their mouth, see what happens. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you got something from this, and hopefully next time you go out and shoot some gar, you'll bring them home and give it a shot. Go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe down below if you feel so inclined, and we'll see you next time.